Hello ladies and gentlemen, Lich Dragon here, and I'm bringing to you my 2 cents on the PlayStation VR headset. I got the special opportunity yesterday afternoon to go to my local GameStop. They had a PlayStation VR demo set up with 6 different games that you could try out, including Heist, Valkyrie, Battlezone, Super Hypercube, and among others. I got to try out Battlezone, Valkyrie. I also tried the Oceans, the one where you dive down and almost get eaten by a shark. I'm sure you've seen the video game by now. Heist was on there as well that I got to try out. It was a very just intense experience. If you've never tried VR before, watching it on YouTube is one thing. When you actually have the headset on your face and you're able to move your head and look around your own environment, it is a completely different experience altogether. My favorite out of the video games I got to try was Heist, simply because you had the move controllers, and when you pull the trigger, you got to move your hand and pick things up in your environment, so it was super immersive. The demo allowed us to pick up a gun and pick up ammo and reload the gun and shoot bad guys as they drove by. Very, very cool, very smooth. The graphics pretty on par with what we have going on today, but that whole immersion effect makes the video game that much better for whatever reason. Valkyrie was very intense. You didn't get to use the move controller, you just use your normal PS4 controller for that. But it was still very intense. Being able to roll your spaceship over or move up and down, it gave me a little queasy feeling, but nothing I didn't get, used to. So, very cool game. Battlezone, you're inside of a tank, and this, I believe, is a very old arcade game that they brought forward and remastered for VR that was very intense, very cool. You could look around the inside of your tank, view all your panels. I mean, all these games are amazing. So, I actually have here in front of me a pamphlet for the VR headset with all the specs for it, if you didn't already know this. I'm sure you could look it up via the PlayStation website if they have it on there. I haven't looked myself, so let's see. Yeah, all these are just normal specs, like what it comes with. Okay, so the regular PlayStation VR Core, which is basically just the headset, comes with the cables, the AC adapters. It does plug up to your PS4. It's not cordless, but that's okay. I mean, you hardly even notice the cords there. But then they have the launch bundle, which is more expensive by about $100, but it comes with PlayStation Worlds, the Move controllers, the camera, if you don't already have those things with your PlayStation. The headset itself is ridiculously light, super comfortable. I barely noticed it was there. Being able to move my head around and not feel it jostle or feel like it was going to fall off, it was very smooth, and it was an incredible experience. So I cannot wait for mine. I pre-ordered it pretty much day one when it was announced for pre-order. So I got my bundle that comes with the VR Worlds and everything. but being able to play it before it's even out yet was very exciting. I was very lucky to be able to get to do that. But yeah, this is just my opinion on the thing. If you haven't seen it yet, if you haven't heard about it yet, I recommend it. It is amazing. Now, it is confirmed that you can play any game or watch movies with the VR headset on. It'll just be in cinematic mode, which is basically just having a TV on your face. But if you have a small TV, like I have a 42 inches, just a relatively small TV, it'll make it, I think the equivalent to like a 70-inch TV or some craziness like that. But you won't have anything in your way. People can't walk in front of you if you have little kids. So, that in itself makes it kind of worth it. I have 2 kids, and they run in front of my TV all the time. So, if people run in front of the TV while you're doing VR, that will not interrupt your experience with the headset, because the camera knows where you're at. It picks everything up. The only thing that will disrupt the VR camera and your experience is any kind of flash photography or turning on and off the lights. That kind of stuff will interrupt the headset and cause your game to go all wonky, so be wary of that. Also, little kids under 12 should not play this game because it messes with their eyes. Something that the demo instructor was letting us know about. Just a little tidbit of information there. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It looks amazing. There's going to be at least 50 game titles coming to PlayStation VR within the next year of the PlayStation VR coming out. Golem, War Thunder, Res Infinite, Eve Valkyrie Battlezone, Job Simulator, Until Dawn, Rush of Blood, Super Hypercube, Riggs, Mechanized Combat League, obviously the PSVR Worlds, and these are only, 10 of the titles that have been announced, including Ace Combat is coming to PlayStation VR, which I thought was amazing. I can't wait for that. So I'm really looking forward to it and hoping that No Man's Sky will be available for PlayStation VR. After it comes out, maybe they'll throw in a patch for it, something enabling you to play it. Even if they don't enable PSVR for No Man's Sky, you'll still be able to play it in cinematic mode, which will still be a really cool experience and it'll really immerse you into the TV without any outside distractions, so you can kind of zone out and play No Man's Sky. So just a thought. But if they do make it VR capable, it'll just add that much more of a dynamic to the game, which will make it that much more amazing. So, big hopes for that. And that about wraps it up for this episode of me talking about PlayStation VR. I have to thank my local GameStop for letting me try out their PlayStation VR demo. And yeah, so October 13th, I believe, is the release date for the PlayStation VR. And until next time, Lich Dragon